Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world, to the world of Wayne. We now got issue 15, part 53 of Eagle Moss and Hero Collectors Build the Ecto-1. Okay, this is going to be a bit fiddly. What we're actually going to do is we're actually going to do stages 53 and 54 together because we're working on the oscilloscope and the unit that's going next to the jump seat that we actually put in the vehicle. Now, I've brought the whole vehicle down, so at the end of this, I can show you what it looks like. But let's show you what we got to do. So in stage 53, we're doing the simulation switch control panel and oscilloscope. So we've got all of these parts here. As a matter of fact, I've laid them out quite strategically in the tray here. The reason I say it strategically is because you need to know your lefts from your rights in this one, because it doesn't really give much away in the instructions. So we're going to be making the oscilloscope box, and when that's finished, it's going to look like that. Then we're going to jump straight into stage 54, where we're doing the BGM-340 guidance system, which looks just like this. And this goes underneath the oscilloscope, I believe, or on top of it. It goes on top of the oscilloscope, looking just like that. So at the end of it, we have got the wires, this big cable that we had from the last issue, going to be fed through this system here onto the interior floor, so it's right next to the jump seat. And then that's all we've got to do in this stage. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to assemble the control box. So we need these two parts here looking just like that, and this one looking just like that. Now, it doesn't matter which way round we put this, but basically it's going to be going in this way on top, sorry, this way on top, just like that. As a matter of fact, I think it'll only let you put it in one way. I've tried that way. Let's try this way. There we go. It'll only let you put it in way, so you can't go wrong with that. I've just realised that myself. Now we're going to be putting this in with EP screws. I've got the screws already here, so we just need two of them into this hole here. Once again, I'm having one of those days where I can't open the screw packet. There we go. Using my PHO screwdriver to get these in. Not that one though, because I need to magnetise that one back up again. That one works perfectly. So put these in. Here's the first one. We're going into plastic, so don't over tighten it, otherwise you may end up rounding the screw threads. So when that's finished, it's going to look just like that. Now we've got some brackets to put in. Now these brackets that I've got here are two different sizes. So we've got some small ones looking just like that, and we've got some large ones looking just like that. Okay, now they don't show you this in the instructions, but the larger ones will be going on the side with this sort of design on it, but they're going this way round. So these are the larger ones here. Just to show you, they're going to be going over the top of these brackets just like that there, and they're going to be held in with KP screws, which I've got here. So here's the first one. This is one of the long ones going in. That one's nice and easy. Here's the second one. It's going on the other side here. Just like that. Hey. There we go. So we've got two in looking like that. Then we're going to do the two smaller ones here. These are KP screws as well. First one in here. Excellent. And one more. Oops. Line that up. Wow, you know what? That's gone a lot smoother than I thought it would. There we go. And that, making sure they're all lined up, is all of the attachments in place. So we've got two long on this side. Sorry, two long on this side. And too small on this side. So now we need the two Tektronix type RM516 oscilloscope command panels. Did you like that? Did you like how I said that? And they look just like this. Now they're exactly the same, these are, but they have got lugs in the back, so it's going to help us to know which side they're going to go in. We also need the box that's going to encase it. This is what the box looks like this. So they're going to be going into these two holes that we've got here and here, and we've got a bigger hole for the lug to go in. So basically this is going to go in kind of like, put that side in, that there, and we're going to do the same on the other side, going in like that there. Now these are going to be secured in with GP screws. We've got 4 lots of screws for this one. So the ones we've got left are IP. These are quite tiny. Now they're screwed in from the front. So if they hold themselves in, let's get these in. Again, with this build, there is a risk of getting carpal tunnel. There's a abnormal amount of screws in this build. Here's number 2. And the same on the other side here. So number 1. And the last one here, number 2. And that's in. Now we're going to be putting the actual oscilloscope panel in. Again, you've got 2 sort of locating lugs in here, and this is what it looks like. I don't suppose it matters what way round it goes because the design's pretty uniform. So I'm going to put it in and we'll see what it looks like. Try this way first. No, it can only go in one way then because it's going to hang off the edge if you try and put it in the other way. You want the edge to be flush either side. So if it is hanging over, spin it round. Now in this, from the other side here, we're going to be putting 2 EP screws. So I've got here all screws in this one. Okay, so here's first one going in. Again, not too tight. And here's the second one going into that hole right. Oh, this is fiddly. Not getting it in the hole tonight, am I? Right, let's try that one last time. There we go. And there's the second one. So when that's done, it's going to look that way around, actually, like that. Now we're going to complete the box for this oscilloscope here. Now if that is the front of the oscilloscope, just like that, then this is the left side, this is the right side. The reason I say that is because the sides that we put on now are labelled. We've got R for right, which means over here we've got L for left. You'll notice that we've got like holes. We want to make sure those holes are going towards the bottom of this. So when we put it in, it's going to just slide in the side there. It's looking like that with the holes at the bottom. We're going to do the same on the other side, just mirroring exactly what we've just done there. So then it's actually flush all around the corners there. They do say, look at your corners. Your corners are straight and flush. You've got it right. Then we're going to encase all of that with the top. This is what the top's looking like. This is going in with these holes here furthest away from the oscilloscope screen. So it's going to be going in this way, just like that. And then we're going to be putting 4 IP screws just down the top there. So I've got them here. And we'll put them in. 1. Here's the second one. 2. Here's number 3. And finally, number 4. So we've got a full oscilloscope box in place now. Then we need to put the handles in. The handles look just like this. 1 and 2. Now these are just push to fit and they're just going to go into the holes that we can see at the side here and here. So I'm going to push these into the holes. That's the first one. Now you can glue these if you want, but they go in quite sturdy, so they don't really need gluing in, to be honest with you. Here's the second one. Push that in. There we go. That's the handles in. Okay, so what we're going to do then is we're going to take this section that we just made and we're going to hold the oscilloscope this way up, which is the up so that these sections here are pointing further to the right. The holes at the side are going to line up with this here. So when I put it in, it's going to sort of tilt over to one side, just like that. We're going to screw this from both sides. Now we're going to screw this in with KP screws. Okay, so here's the first one. Excellent, nice and tight, and then we're going to do the same with all the other 3 screws. Here's the second one. Here's the third one, and last but not least, we got one more. Just into this one here. And then looking at the picture we've got, it looks the same. That's all we have to do in that stage. So that's what that looks like. Here are all the parts for stage 54, looking like that. So the first ones we need are, once again, the box. The box has got a little locating lug at the top there. And we're going to be putting the side panels in to close this each side here. The panels that we put in the side are exactly the same both sides. So what you just need to do is put these flaps here down onto this section, slide it in, make sure it's in straight either side, and then that will fit flush in there like that. We do the same on the other side here. So it's this way round with the tabs towards the top, and then just slide that in so it's going to fit perfectly flush like that. And then we're going to close that in with the top here, and it's going to go in it's going to be quite confusing. This is going to be going in this way, just like that, with this side overhanging like you see there. I'm just going to double check to see if that works better. It works better this way, so this side's flush. Basically this side wall here is shorter than this side here, so when we do put this in and this hangs over, it's going to fit really flush in there. Now we need to hold that into place, so we need some AP screws. I've got the AP screws here, so we get them out and put 4 of these in place. There's the first one, nice and tight. I say that a lot, nice and tight. Here's the second one, 2 more. This one over here, and then lastly we've got the one just in this side here, and that is in absolutely perfectly. You see we've got some holes at the bottom there. Well, we're basically going to be putting some really tiny details in that. Now these details are on a sprue, and I've already cut most of them off. I'm going to cut this last one off here. They look like little buttons, the first one. There's 5 of these, and I'll show you on the camera. They look just like that, very tiny. But what we need to do is we need to push these into the holes that we see here, but it doesn't go in every hole. You've got 5 round holes here, and then you've got 2 holes which are sort of like keyhole patterns. So the round ones here are just going to go into the round holes, like it's like play school, isn't it? Push them in. They don't need glue. Once they're in, they won't move, trust me. But these are the sort of things that if you don't push them in properly, they're going to ping off and get lost to the carpet monster, which nobody likes. So here's the third one. Now I'm wondering, I'm pushing mine in now because I'm doing this live, but should we be keeping these buttons black? What do you reckon? I don't know what that mark is on there. Should we be keeping it black, or should we be painting the buttons silver or a different colour? I don't know. It looks weird them being black, because to me it looks just like the moulding that you can already see on there. The last button here is just going to go into the middle there, and they've gone in absolutely fine. Then we've got to put these 2 other ones in. One's on the sprue there, just like that. I've already taken one off, so I'll cut that off now, just like this. And then we're going to put these in the holes that are left and push that home. That's the first one in. These have gone in a lot easier than I thought they would, I have to say. Here's the second one. Wow, I made short work of that, didn't I? That's all the buttons in place. Then we're going to be taking the oscilloscope that we worked on last time, and basically these buttons are going to be fitting underneath the oscilloscope here. So when we put this on top, we've got the 2 lug holes on the top. They're going to fit just these 2 holes here, just like that. So obviously this lines up underneath, looking just like that. We need to secure this in place with 2 screws, and they're AP screws as well. I've got them here. This looks quite impressive actually, doesn't it? But I would like to see it lit up, I have to say. Lit up, beeping and making noises. Here's the second one. Again, nice and tight in there. There we go, and that's now attached to that section there. We're now going to be putting a base on this. This is what the base looks like. just a bit of grey plastic really. It wants to be this way up, and basically we're going to line it with the lug that you can see there is going to go into that hole just there. So when we line it up, it's going to sit just like it in there. There we go. It's going to go just like that, which means we need to put some screws in the top there, and they're IP screws. I've got them over here, 2 of them out. There's number 1. Here's number 2. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be putting some brackets on each side of the this whole unit here. Now the brackets are metal, and as you can see, there are 4 of them, and they're all the same size, and basically they're going to be going where you can see these holes down each side here. So they're going to go on just like this. It's going to basically hold this together to stop it splitting like that. It's going to hold it together like that, and we're going to be putting them in with, wow, KP screws. This is why we've got so many KP screws. This, if you thought we had enough screwing earlier, oh my god, you haven't seen nothing yet. There we go, and that is now both brackets in place, looking like that. The last thing we've got to do is we've got to assemble this onto, oh, let's get this out. I'll have to put this all back together again in a second. Onto this section that we were working on last time. Now what's going to happen, this pipe here is going to basically go through the top of this unit here, just like that, come out the other side. 1, 2. Now I'm going to turn this around just so you can see we've got 2 holes just down the bottom here on the silver section just there. So what we need to do is we need to put these pipes around here and into those 2 holes. This is going to be a little bit tricky. Here's the first one. Yeah, this is going to be very tricky. Let's try and do that with, we should have done that before we put the base on, personally, but I'll use my tweezers to help me here. That's one in. Use tweezers. Tweezers are your friend on this. There's the second one. And then all of these lugs should line themselves up so we can put this into place. Just like that. Clicks into place lovely there actually. Tidy the wires up. Make them exactly as you want them. And have them probably, I'll tidy them up afterwards as long as they go into here. And then we just need to secure this down to the tray with the IP screws. I'm just trying to see where I put them. Go over this side. Takes 2 IP screws. So we're going to put one. I'll do the hard one first in this side. Down there. Nice and tight. And then we'll put one in this side here. And that, whoops, try that again. I got excited then. Just one in there. And that is stage 54 completed. And that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Let me just show you again on the camera how that looks. Just like that. That's what it looks like from the top. All next to the jump seat there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just clear off some space here. I'm going to put this over here for a second. I'm going to show you what this looks like. Plenty of screws left over on this build. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the actual vehicle. So if I bring the vehicle over here, hopefully you can see that perfectly there. Right, I'm just going to, the dashboard's not connected at the moment. Now we put the interior in. So the interior is going to go in. Put the steering rod through the hole here. They don't ask us to do this yet, by the way. I'll put it in just so I can keep it all in one place. So that's looking like that. Then the steering wheel, we're going to put the rod, whoops, we're going to put the rod for the steering wheel just through the hole that we've got just here. So that's probably going to go on, again, I'm just speculating, but like, hang on a second, stand by, it's like this, get in the hole. There we go. That's going to go on kind of like that. I'm guessing all the wires are probably going to go into the engine engine compartment even. Let's just get that through. So then the steering wheel comes through there. Then we've got the indicator stalk and stuff. That's kind of going to go on like that. Might be around the other way there actually. Like that. And eventually the steering wheel is going to be screwed on there like that. So that's what the front of the vehicle is looking like. Quite impressive at the moment, isn't it? So, but that's all there is to do in that stage. I really do hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.